So where did our first video game?
I think our video game started in the back of Dad's truck.
Yes.
On Lilac.
Wait.
We're talking about the camper shelf.
We had a black and white television screen this big, and I would play Gradius.
Yes.
And you would watch me. Mostly you at first, and then you.
Yeah.
And then we would just sit back there and
it was
sleep
red,
out there.
It had a camper shell. I got stung when I was running around it. I remember.
Wait. What the TV look like? Oh, by the way, for the audience, these are my brothers, my 2 older brothers, Adam and Nathan.
Where's the camera? Hi.
And Jude, he just wanted to sit here. It's
movie.
his son. He's just sitting to watch here, and he's not happy you said that. Wait, what? I don't remember what the TV looked like. I remember the TV
It was like
faintly.
this big. It was what we would call the boob tube. It was black and white.
Dude, you can't say that.
This
Just kidding.
boobs are great. They're this. The TV must have been like this big.
Yes.
It was one of those round screen ones.
Like this big.
And we would play. I would play for hours, and you guys would watch other. But what's funny? Side rant.
Okay.
I have ADHD. Is I think we were outside because we grew up so poor. Like our house was
100%.
like we were dirt floors. I don't know if you guys.
we were, like, camping
You guys were
outside,
so
dude.
much younger than. I think we were camping.
Yeah, we camped.
We
outside
thought we
all
were
the
camping,
time.
but really there wasn't any really problem. I mean,
That's what all homeless people with kids tell them. We're camping.
That's like
Yeah.
That's like what are those sounds? Like it's actually gunfire, but it's fireworks.
for
Everybody's
sure.
happy. They're celebrating.
do you not remember hitting the deck?
Yeah.
In that house,
Yeah.
when you hear a pop.
Well, Ricky had 2 official drive-bys on his house as well when he was younger. I'm
was a
kicking
part
this
of it?
mic closer to your mouth every
That's
time
really
you get away
sad.
from
Sorry,
it.
Who was he at war with?
I don't know. He grew up in a super Mexican neighborhood.
Oh wow.
Ricky.
Probably his uncles. I don't know. I was always with his uncles. His uncles is always where the problem
telling
started.
Ricky.
I was insinuating that he was someone doing a drive-by.
Wait, okay, so I have to know, in your recollection of, because it's so hard, nostalgia is a weird thing because you'll go through life and like remember certain things, and then there's periods where you go back
Like
and you're
this.
Well, okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. And where you're like, was that actually how my childhood? What was that certain thing actually how that thing happened? And I've reached out to you before.
Rose-tinted goggles.
No, not rose tinted,
Glasses.
but more like I reached out to you and be like, wait, did that happen? Like, is that how we played this certain game? I'm curious, out of your perspective, you're the oldest. What was like our first experience, if you can remember, as like brothers playing video games?
Being outside in that it was a canopy or something.
I'm
in
gonna
the
have
back of
to
the truck.
agree. That was one of the first that I can remember, other than the like Christmases, getting the system and like the actual excitement of getting it. But playing might have been in that pickup truck.
But there was more. So you guys are young and you may not remember. I don't know if you remember how poor we really were. Like,
I do.
I don't know if I'm supposed to.
I remember eating peanut butter.
Mom and Dad
syrup
listen,
as
so say hi.
normal-
Hi, Mom and Dad. We were, and the back of our house, the room in the back of that house. Do you remember what that room was?
Yes,
How we made
it
that
was-
room?
It was a play.
A playroom
playhouse.
that we rolled over
On logs.
It was so. Check this out.
We
I
rolled
tell
it
my
on
kid
logs.
this, and I don't know if he thinks it's
Jude,
a joke.
imagine
So that
this.
was a school playroom.
Here's the best way to think of it. Think of this shed that we're in that's 100 yards away from my house.
shove it.
Imagine us one day going, we need another bedroom. So we get literal logs, shove them underneath a detached playroom,
push it over.
and 8 guys just pushing it across the yard and just
And
kind
duct
of
tape it to the house.
jerry rigged it to the top.
I remember Dad was like, "Screw it to the house," and I'm like,
There you go.
Are you serious? Like,
Do we need a permit?
Screws. Sorry, screws were expensive.
Should we get this
nailed it.
permitted?
Screws.
See, this
were-
is why
the house.
you need to buy this house someday.
In whose phone's beeping?
It's not me.
Silence your
Mine.
phone. Curtis?
In-
It's not Curtis. It's Jude.
No, it's not.
Is it a customer? It's not.
Mine doesn't even make that sound, and it's been on silent for like 3 months.
Oh, okay. I believe you.
I honestly
sit in
keep
the
my
back
phone
of
on
that
silent.
room.
I am too busy doing nothing to be bothered.
Same. But we sat in that back room. You were really young. You were a little pudgy guy back then.
I was.
You
This
were.
is-
I don't know what happened.
So it was you that made him run 8 miles a day.
Yes.
It was both of you.
I made a lot. I did make a lot of fun.
Hey, I just
honestly,
jumped in
though.
on
I
the
really
fun
did.
of the older
I
brother.
really did. I was.
It's like the guy with the pizza. And the-
I say this to this day that my brothers made fun of me for being fat, and I say I could never thank them more for anything in my life.
Hey, you're welcome, man.
Because
we
I
really,
am
we
a
really
runner and I
tried.
love
Because now he's
working.
skinnier than
You
both
were
of us.
chubby.
No, I was a
not
big dude.
chubby. He was fat,
I was
dude.
a fat kid.
Yeah. But it's okay. I mean, like, whatever.
never
You're just being a
expected
kid.
that.
Like, you mess with your brother, you know?
But
That's
do
what
you
do.
guys, do you
I
guys
would
remember
say-
that we made a video game room like this at that house? I shouldn't have given that address.
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah. Why did you just say?
Don't worry, none of us live there, but
Yeah.
Whoever lives now there, sorry.
people
We
not.
want to buy the house someday.
Wait, so explain this room what you're talking about, because in my mind,
nailed it.
how old are you?
You nailed it.
We did an
Now,
arcade.
44.
We made an
44.
arcade.
We did.
Yes.
We actually made the arcade
wood.
box console out of
Yes.
it. I can't believe you remember that.
Of course I
You
remember
have to
that.
remember that you guys have a very different childhood than I
have
had.
a horrible
I
memory.
knew we were poor. I don't know that you knew. I remember getting out of the house, friends knocking on the door. I would literally go out the back door, around the back fence, and I would jump the fence and meet them in the front because I didn't want them to see that we didn't have floors. 'Cause we had dirt. I remember when we got 4x8 OSB plywood sheets for our floor. That was the floor. And I remember when we upgraded to that. That was...
But you know what I will say?
I do remember all this. No, I didn't grow up in this like idolized version that you're talking about. I grew up in the same in between kind of you were. You're the middle kid. I'm a middle kid. And I also noticed that we were poor.
But for me, I do probably look at it differently because I'm the youngest. So my perspective was probably different. I always knew that we were poor, but it never bothered me.
We were too busy playing games and screwing around.
Yes, we were animals.
Yeah.
We were scavengers. We were wild. We were crazy. I personally wouldn't have changed the way I grew up because I feel like
that's where I came from.
I like it.
That's how we got here, though.
I have such a trash memory, but I vividly remember everything, including scents and the color of your floor. And I remember being in a crib, like everything about my childhood.
My first bedroom was a closet in our apartment.
Yeah.
That was my bedroom. My dad put like a thing
Holly?
across the top.
You talking about Holly?
Dad put like on Holly. He put a thing across there.
Yeah.
Across in the closet. I tell my kid, it's funny because I do.
Yeah,
I
he
always tell my
built the
kids about
bunk
this.
bed there and everything. I remember that.
And that's what it was. That was the bed. That was my room, though, because
Yeah.
Mona and I had to share a room. It was a 2-bedroom. You guys weren't born yet.
I remember the story.
And there had to be a separate place, and that's the only way we could do it. So,
Yeah, I got nothing against that.
I remember going through trash bins for like
oh,
Christmas
dude, that
gifts.
was like the hangout. It's like we're gonna go.
But what do we call it?
Do you remember what we would say? Go pick 'em.
Dumpster diving.
Dumpster diving.
Dumpster diving.
What would always be our thing when it would be old and our parents would say it's new? It's brand
it's
new.
Brand new. And that just meant it's not completely tattered. You can still use it.
Yeah.
essentially.
When he got older, he would start saying, "It's the berries." Like he would say that with his friend, like Dave Sweeney and all this stuff.
God,
Yeah.
Dave Sweeney. Dave Sweeney, if you're still alive, call us.
Hi,
I
Dave.
hope
We
you're
wanna
still
know.
alive. It's just crazy though because that is our childhood, right? But it's like I have such a huge respect for it. Like I love
I like
the
it.
way
Yeah,
we grew up.
100%
Like I
loved it.
love it to a core, even to the point where I admit sometimes I wish my kids would have a little more taste of it.
How about
Amen.
a
And
struggle?
let's talk about that. No, seriously though, because think about. I'm sure with your kids and none of our kids are struggling, and we don't have the problems that we like see a lot of people.
I will create
in
those
our neighborhood,
problems.
like where we live. we see people, but I'm saying like. I hate you. We didn't have anybody but us, right? We were poor. If something happened, we had to figure it out. We wanted to eat peanut butter and
Syrup.
peanut butter and
Peanut butter
syrup.
syrup was honestly a normal meal because it was filling and we don't have money for other crap. So we had like cereal or peanut butter and syrup.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. Or my dad one time. Oh my God. I'm like, hey, Dad, can I have some cereal? And he's like, oh, we don't have any cereal right now.
Bread
I'm
and
like,
water.
you remembered.
100%.
Yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
get some bread. Put some water. We did this on the boys'
Little bit of
ranch
sugar.
back in Texas. And I'm like,
Corned beef hash.
That doesn't sound good. So I did it and I'm like, oh, this is trash. It was horrible.
It was terrible.
It was honestly disgusting.
I remember Dad would tell us the stories because my dad grew up on a boys' ranch, which I'm dying to get my dad on the podcast. I've been trying to get him on.
He doesn't want
to
it?
get Dad on. He wants to, but I think he just has some, worries about maybe for talking so long or whatever. Because
I think more of it is because he's very interested.
very interesting.
Very interested. More so, he's worried about saying anything on record.
Well, I just want.
He's older now, though. I mean,
So
honestly, he's
many
older now. It shouldn't
shady
matter.
stories.
At this point,
His stories are shady,
Yeah.
but it was a
But he
different
was
time.
honestly a
Yep.
great dad. He just
imagine
had
if he
some
found his old
shady
friends, though?
histories.
I mean,
Imagine Dad getting on here with his old friends from our
oh
childhood.
my gosh.
All the crackheads and
No.
everybody just wild.
No.
But yeah, I just want him to get on here because it's like I want to have like a permanent like record.
He
You know,
doesn't want that.
I know, right? It's the last thing someone like that
if
wants.
he were organized and could write a book, it'd be great.
If not, is maybe tell someone stories who is a book writer
Yep.
and let them write
There
it
you
down
go.
and document it and maybe, articulate it a little bit certain way and put it into history. But I remember one that I liked that Dad would tell us is
Do you
that
always sit like this?
I always do. And people are always like, why do you cross
I
your
do too
legs so
until my
hard?
knee
Oh.
hurts, and I have to put it down for a minute, and then I go back.
Dad would always tell us that for him,
bigger than it is.
the only treats they would give them on the boys' ranch was licorice. But he would say they would be so hard, they would just get it immediately after. And when like the guys would walk away, they just throw it on the wall.
Dude, cookies and I remember him telling me that too. Oh.
Okay, so
Ron McCash.
Ron McCash, one of my dad's friends. And if you guys
I
don't
wonder
know,
if he knows he's a legend. I wonder if he has any idea.
No. He has
what-
no idea.
Like the name
Dude,
in our
he
house.
died. Sucks. Yeah, he's gone,
Oh, I
bro.
didn't know that. I didn't know
He was Dad's best friend.
What I want
But he
to
has so many stories.
what I want to put into like the ether of our world, and for people who don't know, obviously we're just kind of, this wasn't planned. We just came here. My brothers were here. We were doing like a game night for old time's sake, playing Nintendo games, just super fun, goofing around, doing music trivias. And I was like, dude, just hop on the podcast. So sorry if it's like sporadic and we're talking over each other, but we've had on this channel, this world, for 12 years, people hearing me talk about like what games I played as a kid with my brothers. 12 years of doing this. But I want to know from your guys' perspective,
What a
because
noob.
again, sometimes you do change things in your brain to how you saw it. Like, what was our most loved console of all time? Like, I want both of you to kind of like,
Well,
Nintendo
he was
for me.
older, so it's going to be NES. I would say that I have an older memory because I was older as a person in Super Nintendo, for sure. But I would say NES would be by far our binding, like we all have core memories with that, like straight up.
But we did it all the way watching up. We were talking about Silent Hill before. Like you guys would watch for hours.
I would watch you play Resident Evil, Silent Hill, anything scary.
Yes,
anything scary. I was like, I don't want to play at night. I'm freaked out. You know, I'm a little kid. I mean, I'm too manly for that now, obviously, but But yeah, I loved watching you, particularly with play all the crazy games. These are, look at the bottom.
You're such an Oregon person.
I thought they were Hey Dudes.
Dude, I'm a straight up homeless shoe.
Hey Dudes are the best.
I purposely got the frayed ones.
You're living on the legacy.
I am. Yeah.
As my son has Corona.
Hey Dudes.
Huh?
Hey Dudes.
He's mad at me because
this is a big Oregon thing. I don't know if that's here.
Not here, but I do know
I
people.
wore these at the beach today and went in the water with them attached.
Yeah,
and I flopped around on a paddleboard with these. And
Don't let them back in California.
I have not taken these off in like a month.
It's a soggy tampon in the water. It's bad.
Nice.
Maxi pad. Sorry, I can't say that.
You can. You totally can.
Why can't you say tampon?
You totally can.
I don't know.
Why would you
Ricky
use
used this one.
Has anybody said that?
I said what? Pick it.
Ricky to aisle 7 for your boyfriend, please.
My dad used to hop. Oh,
There he is!
wow! Hop in, Ricky. It's recording. Close that.
I literally just, did you not hear it? I just
Oh, that was Little Samson.
Oh, there goes the only copy.
Sorry, Jude, you're out, bro. Good to meet you. Ricky. So Adam just said, what were we just saying about Ricky?
I literally just said, do they
join
know
the
about
NPA.
this pick and save boyfriend?
Save guy.
And he walked in.
That's
was
weird.
Not planned.
How come none of us listen and all of us scream?
Have we talked over everybody the entire podcast? Did you know when you yell like that, and we're all talking once, it gets quiet?
Oh,
The podcast will. No, it does that. Did you know that?
Wow. He's trying to get us not to yell.
No, it will. The podcast will condense you on purpose. The loud music.
you're auto leveling. Yeah.
So it'll go, but it almost sounds too quiet. So you don't know what anybody's saying. You're like,
And then all of a sudden it's like,
And we look like The View. It's just like, just noises going on.
God, is the View still on the air?
I have no idea. I don't stay into politics.
I don't know.
That's why.
All I'm saying is,
I don't care. Whatever side they're on, I don't care. I just
All I know is-
don't like listening.
All right. Anyway.
All right, Ricky.
What?
We've talked about this before. Maybe a little touchy for Adam. You were friends with Ricky. And I came along and said, he's mine.
I'm not upset about that at all, but on an unrelated note, I need to leave.
You had a tighter butt, I mean.
Tell me how. Tell me how that happened in your brain.
In my brain, I was like, what the f?
No, but they don't know. They don't know the story. Well, you're friends with Ricky. They got to know the story.
I vaguely remember this. But I do. That's true.
You want me to like lay it down brick by brick? I don't know. Like, so essentially, we were buddies. First, we had moved to this new school. And
You're really giving out all the addresses tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, close it. Hurry. It's recording.
Wait, where's it?
It's recording.
We love you.
Love you. I love you. All right. One of my family members just tried to walk in. We all like shoot her away. It was my daughter. Get out of here. These guys are talking.
When did you get so tall?
Oh, help me. It's okay. This podcast, it might be changed the friggin' show, bro. This is just the worst, best podcast I've ever done.
And oddly enough, this is what it's like at my house if Adam comes over.
Oh, she's back. Curtis,
Nobody-
switch cameras.
Hey.
You're on camera. It's live right now. All right, Kinsley, we love you. We love you. We'll see you in a little bit. Adam, tell the story, real talk, of how you were friends with Ricky. What was it like when I came in? Were you like hurt? Like, hey, my brother's trying to swoop him up?
Oh, 100%. There was a butthurt in there.
He was like,
but not immediately. Me and Ricky were tight. We were playing Dreamcast all the time in his high pile carpet.
8th grade.
We were good bros. And then this little guy comes in and swoops in, and he's like, "Oh, hey, you like stuff too? I like stuff." And he freaking stole my pen. No, I'm just kidding. I became friends with Sean right around that same time.
And Patrick.
So he helped ease. Yeah, Patrick. He helped ease we were transitioning.
wrong show.
I honestly, yes, I did get butthurt after a while, but it wasn't huge, and I got over it.
Literally butthurt?
For a little bit.
I mean,
like my butt hurt.
switched?
Like, yeah,
Oh.
it started hurting.
Poor guy.
No, it honestly, like, it did bother me a little bit, but I totally got over it, and now I really don't care. Like, it's totally cool.
What about you, Ricky?
We need a minute.
In your brain, was it natural, or did you feel like
Natural.
I was just hanging out with everybody. Remember, we used to play games all the time, and then
Yeah,
we started
we all
going to the
hung out.
beach. And then us three really like going
Mornings.
to the beach.
Mornings
We
at the
loved
beach.
Going to the beach, but Adam
I
used to get
sucked at surfing, but I went anyway.
Oh, yeah,
Adam used to get seasick, so he stopped going with us, and we just kept going hardcore.
Yeah, you guys wanted to go all the time surfing, and I couldn't do it. I'd get sick.
So why
In the
was
Accord. In the Accord, we'd always take your white Accord.
Yep.
So what was it about me that was so much better than Adam that made you pick me?
What?
You know what we used to do? We remember when we
They know
drive.
about the Adams house?
Not yet. We'll tell them.
Oh my god.
We used to drive in the hood
Garages.
on purpose. All of us. We drive down. I don't know what we were
Yo-yoing.
thinking.
We called it
We'd go.
yo-yo.
We'd go. We'd go.
Why did we do that?
We'd go. Call.
we were dumb.
Let's tell the people.
Have you heard Young Dung and Bro?
They don't know what that means. We have to
Okay.
explain it. So tell them what yo-yoing is. You go.
You go.
You're the guest.
You go to the crazy, like we're in California. We're going to Compton here.
The
right?
hood.
And you drive down, and we're a bunch of guys that obviously are the wrong. We're not from there.
Go on.
Whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. And we were dumb. We'd throw a hoodie on. If we were really not being that dumb, I guess we'd throw the hoodie on, and we'd go down there and stop in front of a bunch of people who obviously did not want us there.
god.
And we'd bump some music, and we'd go out the window and we'd go, yo, 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 yo. And then we would be like, I really hope the car doesn't break down right now. Go. And we'd fly. And I remember telling our other friends about that. And they were like, what are you, dumb? And I'm like, I don't know what we were thinking.
Like,
Dude.
yeah, a little bit. We're a little dumb.
Remember, a dog is a dog.
No, what about P. Kitty? Do you remember a cat?
Yeah, P. Kitty, the one that you made. The one that
I
you made.
tortured that cat. She would come out of the woods at
Bro, you're
his
gonna get in
house
trouble.
Jerk.
and just go like, she ran sideways.
Why would you do that?
She was like,
Why
was
would you
Asian.
do that? Oh my god.
oh my gosh, how much can I say on here?
He'll edit out what you can't
I don't
say.
edit anything on this.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I've said some stuff.
Dad used to
I will say some stuff.
Dad used to tell me stuff. I'm gonna leave it alone.
There were things that
This
was
is on Dad, not me. Never mind. I'm done. We're good.
Wait, what did I text you that tonight was going to be?
I don't even know.
I said pizza and incest.
That is what you said. What did my
I don't check any of those
I think
texts.
Dad used to say, obviously a joke, but Dad used to say, incest is best. Incest is the best. Put it to the test. This is going to be my biggest regret podcast of my life.
I was kissing her rosy red lips and she crossed her legs and broke.
Oh,
Yes, I remember. It is all.